following video is not made for kids. Viewer discretion is advised. Hello to my subscribers, this is the TFN coming to you with what will hopefully be a successful and quick video review. And tonight we're going to be taking a look at the Transformers figure that, out of all the Transformers I've purchased this year, this is the one that I was the least excited to add to my Transformers collection. Main reason I got it was at the time it was one that I saw it at my local Target store. It was one of the only Transformers figures that they had at the time, and this is how unexcited I was to add this figure to my Transformers collection. I bought and then returned to my local Target store this figure twice, so this is technically the third copy of this figure that I added to my Transformers collection, and for a while I contemplated taking it back for a third time yet again. But then, all things considered, I figured what would be the harm in keeping it in my Transformers collection, so for me personally, this is the least interesting Transformers figure I've added to my collection this year, and I apologize for anyone who has strong emotional attachment or has found enjoyment in this Transformers figure, but this is out of all the Transformers figures I purchased this year, this is the one where I bought it just to buy it. It's not like all the other Transformers figures I've gotten where I most definitely wanted to add them to my Transformers collection, but as the title of the video has already given it away, here is the Transformers this is the Target exclusive Transformers Buzzworthy Bumblebee Legacy E-Collection Heroic Maximal Dinobot. So this figure is actually a straight up repaint of the Transformers, the Amazon exclusive Transformers Kingdom Battle Across Time Beast Wars Grimlock figure. It's got the exact same head sculpt that was used on the Voyager class Beast Wars Grimlock figure, and this figure is essentially just like the other Beast Wars characters that have been given repainted figures in the Buzzworthy line. This figure is essentially Dinobot with the paint job that his original Beast Wars action figure had in 1996. So compared to his animation model in the Beast Wars cartoon, Dinobot is one of the Transformers characters where they really reimagined him and gave him a brand new look when Mainframe Production was animating the Beast Wars cartoon series. So if you have the original Kingdom Dinobot, or if you have the second version of the mold, which is Kingdom Beast Wars Grimlock, then getting this third version of the mold might seem a little lackluster if you aren't too nostalgic for Dinobot's look that his original 1996 Transformers Beast Wars action figure had. But if you are, then there is great enjoyment to be had with this figure. So here on the side of the box, you've got the poster image for the Buzzworthy Bumblebee line. You've got the box art version of RC from Transformers Earthrise. You've got Generation 1 Mirage from the Transformers IDW comic books. You've got Optimus Prime from the Cyberverse cartoon show, and you've got Bumblebee from the Transformers Earth Wars video game. And just like the Transformers Legacy line now, the Buzzworthy Bumblebee line, the reason why you have images of Autobot characters from different from a cartoon series, a video game, a comic book, and box art from a previous line of action figures. The idea is that the Buzzworthy Bumblebee line is going to have Transformers characters that can come from just about any Transformers series. And originally the Buzzworthy Bumblebee line started off as characters that either were Bumblebee himself or characters that have interacted with Bumblebee. I don't know how much interaction, if there was any interaction with Bumblebee and Dinobot in the Transformers Kingdom series, cartoon series that was released on Netflix, but the most recent Buzzworthy Bumblebee action figures, they really haven't been affiliated with Bumblebee directly. Hasbro and Takara have just been using the Buzzworthy Bumblebee line to release these repaints of not too well known Transformers characters and figures that didn't seem necessary to be released in the main lines such as now Legacy or Generation Select X. But with that said, there have been more action figures that have been increasingly released in the Buzzworthy Bumblebee line than the Transformers Generation Select line. And I actually mentioned this with some of my friends that I personally think that Hasbro is trying to slowly phase out the Transformers Generation Select line and now is using the Buzzworthy Bumblebee line to release exclusive figures. I think part of the main reason for that is because the Generation Selects line has been sold exclusively on the internet here in the United States, while the Buzzworthy Bumblebee line is exclusive to Target stores. So I think with the COVID pandemic and now slowly starting to come to a gradual end, there aren't as many people eager to stay inside their houses and shop on the internet. More people are eager to go outside and shop at stores again. So I think that's one of the reasons why there's been more figures released in the Buzzworthy line than in the Generation Selects line. So I babbled on long enough. I wanted to try and keep this video under 10 minutes, and it's already reaching the 6-minute mark. So let's hurry up and continue and bring focus back here to Dinobot himself. So again, his name is Heroic Maximal Dinobot. This guy was released simultaneously along with the Deluxe Class Buzzworthy Bumblebee Deluxe Class Evil Predacon Pterosaur. So this is meant to be a rival with the Pterosaur figure. Here on this side of the box, you got artwork of Dinobot out in his robot mode. And it's amazing how, even though he looks somewhat terrifying, you can tell that he's not entirely evil. He does have the heart of a hero inside of him, so that's pretty nice to see there. Here on the top of the box, you got the legacy image. Here, coming around here to the back of the box, you got the product photos. You got Dinobot in his robot mode. You got him in his beast mode of a Velociraptor, and he transforms back and forth in just 28 steps. There's the logo for the Transformers Legacy line, and he's a Heroic Maximal figure. And from what I can tell, looking at the product photos, and because it's an open window packaging, looking at the Dinobot figure itself, just like the original Kingdom Dinobot and also Kingdom Beast Wars Grimlock, there actually is no faction symbol painted on Buzzworthy Heroic Maximal Dinobot. So it amazes me how every version of this mold, 3 so far, that not one of them has an actual faction symbol. And while they don't have the Maximal or even Autobot or even Predacon faction symbols painted on them, so that's pretty interesting to know. So without further delay, let's get this guy out of his box and take a close look at him in robot mode. Alright, so here is Dinobot out of the box and transformed into his robot mode. Here he is holding his weapons. He's got the spinning spear sword and the spinning blade cannon. And again, if you have a Kingdom Dinobot, or more specifically, if you have a Kingdom Beast Wars Grimlock, then this version of Dinobot is only distincted by the only distinction between him and the previous versions of the mold is his paint job. Close up of his head sculpt. He does have some nice metallic blue there on the mouth plate, I will admit. But yes, pretty much the only distinction between him and the previous versions of the mold is the paint job. So, for some size comparisons in robot mode, here is Buzzworthy Dinobot next to Kingdom Dinobot. So, this is the paint job that Dinobot was given by Mainframe Productions for the Beast Wars cartoon, and this is the paint job that Hasbro originally gave Dinobot's 1996 Beast Wars action figure. So, back in 1996, Beast Wars fans, when they saw the Beast Wars cartoon show, this is what Dinobot looked like. But yet, when they went out and bought his action figure, this is what he looked like. So yeah, the Dinobot is one of the Transformers characters where the paint job that his action figure had varied greatly from the Beast Wars cartoon. So even back in 1996, when Beast Wars came out, the appearances of the characters' action figures, they did not match up with the animation models, unlike what Hasbro and Cartoon have tried to do with Transformers cartoon series released in more recent years. Sorry for putting to the side, but there's a close-up of the two different head sculpts right there. That's pretty fantastic. And then, of course, for another size comparison in robot mode, here is Buzzworthy Dinobot next to Kingdom Beast Wars Grimlock. And unfortunately, every copy of Beast Wars Kingdom Beast Wars Grimlock has yellowed. My camera isn't really picking it up that well, but half the parts on Beast Wars Grimlock here have yellowed, so hopefully, looking at the two of them next to each other, unlike Kingdom Beast Wars Grimlock, whose parts were, when I first bought him, they were made out of white plastic, like an ivory white plastic Buzzworthy Dinobot. He's actually made out of like a creamy colored brownish white. It actually looks almost like a shade of pink. I can't really describe the color to it other than the fact that it looks like a creamy white than a pure or white. Almost looks like a strawberry cream white used here on Buzzworthy Dinobot versus the solid white that Hasbro and Takara tried to use here on Kingdom Beast Wars Grimlock. But if you have this figure here, then Dinobot's a straight up repaint of that. So if you don't have the Amazon exclusive Beast Wars Grimlock figure, and the only previous version of the mold you have is Kingdom Dinobot, then in addition to the paint job, you get this figure for the different head sculpts. But apart from that, as I said with other figures that have been released in the Buzzworthy line, and other Beast Wars figures that are straight up repaints that I've looked at already, then the paint job is the selling key difference between here. So here's all three versions of the Kingdom Dinobot mold that have been released so far, standing beside each other. And if I had to pick a favorite, the original Kingdom Dinobot figure is still my favorite version. And of these two versions here, which version is my second favorite after Kingdom Dinobot? It's really hard for me to tell, but because half of his parts have yellowed, I'm going to say that Kingdom Beast Wars Grimlock's now my third and least favorite version of the mold, and Buzzworthy Dinobot's now become my second favorite. Time will tell at this point if he ends up having parts that end up yellowing like Kingdom Beast Wars Grimlock has tragically done. But I do enjoy the paint job here on Buzzworthy Dinobot more than Grimlock. Just something that's eye-catching about the orange and gray and pinkish gray plastic on this figure versus the white and gold here on Beast Wars Grimlock. Now I apologize, but it's late at night when I'm recording this video, and I need to get to bed as soon as I'm done on filming. I have a full day of work tomorrow, so I apologize, but I will not be doing a size comparison of Buzzworthy Dinobot with his mold mates in Beast Mode, but I will bring out another figure for a Beast Mode size comparison. So let's get this guy transformed and wrap up the review. Alright, so here is Buzzworthy Dinobot transformed into his Beast Mode of a Velociraptor, and even though I don't have the original Beast Wars Dinobot action figure from other reviews I've seen of people who do have it and photos comparing the two figures side by side, this is accurate to Dinobot's original Beast Wars figure from 1996. The brown stripe types are near identical. He does have slightly more kibble on the bottom of him, but unfortunately that's to be expected with how Dinobot transforms from Raptor mode to robot mode. But at least he does have some decent paint apps on him, such as the pupils on his eyeballs being painted, his teeth being white, and his tongue on the inside of his mouth being painted, so that's really nice looking there. Alright, overall, pretty decent figure, especially for being a straight-up repaint of Kingdom Beast Wars Grimlock and mold mates with Kingdom Dinobot. And yeah, apart from being able to position the claws and the arms at different angles and being able to move his feet up and down, I apologize for forgetting to overlook the articulation in his robot mode, but you can go back and watch my review on the original Kingdom Dinobot figure to look at robot mode articulation. But yeah, overall in Raptor mode, it's a pretty nice looking dinosaur, and really enjoy how the designers at Hasbro and Takara were able to make a modern day version of Dinobot. I don't remember if I said that in my review of Kingdom Dinobot, but yeah, this is one of my favorite Voyager class molds to come out of the Kingdom line. Now again, I apologize for not, it's late at night when I'm recording this video, and I need to get to bed soon, so I apologize for not doing a size comparison in Raptor mode of Buzzworthy Dinobot with his mold mates, but for a special size comparison in beast mode with another Transformers figure. Here he is next to his rival, Buzzworthy. This is evil Predacon Pterosaur. So these figures were released to be rivals with each other. So it is nice that we got the versions of these characters based on their original Beast Wars action figures after we got the Kingdom figures that were based on their appearance in the Beast Wars cartoon. So yeah, there's a heroic Maximal Dinobot with evil Predacon Pterosaur. In my review of Pterosaur, I had said that he was one of the I highly recommended adding him to your Transformers collection. So for the final proverbial question of the review, do I recommend getting Buzzworthy Dinobot and adding him to your Transformers collection? Well, I only recommend you get this figure if you're a fan of Dinobot, and if you like this mold. Oh, that's another excuse to get it, but honestly, considering the fact that this is the third copy of this figure that I bought in my many visits to Target, I can honestly say this figure is a pass if you have the previous figures of Kingdom Dinobot and even Kingdom Beast Wars Grimlock. This version's an easy pass. Again, I just bought it to I bought it just to buy it, and unfortunately these days that's one thing that most Transformers fans and collectors have to be wary of, is buying a Transformers figure just for the sake of buying it. I got it just because I got another reason I got Dinobot was because I got Pterosaur as well. But overall, I do enjoy how the figure came out. I might, because my original Beast Wars Grimlock figure has yellowed so much, I might just turn this into Beast Wars Grimlock just to see what it looks like. But yeah, hopefully this figure won't yellow like the previous versions of the mold have done. Supposedly, even Kingdom Dinobot has yellowed. There's parts of him where the color has changed. I personally am not seeing it on my copy of Kingdom Dinobot. It could be because I'm partially colorblind on the brown plastic used on, and brass orange used on, or bronze orange used on Kingdom Dinobot. It is preventing my eyes from picking up if any of his parts have yellowed. But yeah, fingers crossed that Buzzworthy Dinobot doesn't yellow like Beast Wars Grimlock did. Yes, thank you guys all so much, and until next time, you guys, this has been my review of the least excited Transformers figure I've added to my collection this year, Buzzworthy Dinobot. And until next time, you guys, stay safe, stay healthy, transform and roll out. Goodbye, everyone.